Do 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 do. Welcome to the movie review. I'm Kazimoto here with a movie review for the Super Mario Brothers movie. And may I say, I was quite pleased with the movie, and I definitely want to talk about it with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to the channel, and let's get to it. So, Super Mario Brothers movie is basically a new adaptation of the Super Mario Brothers game from the old NAS Nintendo systems. If you're anywhere born before 2000s, you definitely have played this in your house or know somebody who had a version of the Mario Brothers game on their television set. This is definitely a movie I can say that is family oriented. It's fun. It has its cheesy moments, but it's based off a video game. And to be honest with you, there's not too much you can say that would basically turn somebody away from watching this movie other than it is targeted towards family. For those who are like adults up in their higher ages, I would say under 50, but people back then used to play video games just as much. I would say definitely targeted towards kids to get them into the Mario or Nintendo world. There's a lot of world building in this, as you'll see when you watch the movie. The characters are spot on. I think all the voice actors work. There's even some surprise cameos for those who are like me, who grew up with the old Nintendo games, are gonna really appreciate. And there's a lot of Easter eggs. So I will say watching the movie probably more than once is required to catch everything. But if you're paying attention to it and having a good time, you'll catch what you basically will want to see, if that makes sense. Definitely, the movie starts off with Mario and Luigi. They have their plumbing services, and yes, Mario and Luigi were plumbers in the original origin story of Mario, of the Mario video games. And basically, they get sucked into one of the green tunnels that you see throughout the video games that lead them to the Mushroom Kingdom. From there, as you've seen in the trailers, Mario meets Toad. Toad tells him everything he needs to know. He needs to go find his brother who's kidnapped by Bowser, and the story progresses from there. I will say one of the major likes that I like that was stand out to me throughout the movie was the animation. The animation was just mwah, chef kiss. You can't really go wrong with how the characters look, especially in that beginning scene, which was in the trailers that they released earlier this year. Bowser with his floating kingdom when they were going to attack the penguins. And if you look at his skin in IMAX, oh my gosh, man, just it felt like it popped out to you on the screen. Like you can see the scales, you can see the hair movement, and how everything flowed with it. Like animation has gotten really well, as you can see through my mask. Animation has gotten to a level where things are just blowing our minds that we wished and prayed for would come true, and now can be done at the click of a button. I can't say any much more about the animation. It was just wonderful. The voice acting was good. I know Chris Pratt is basically in everything now, and everybody has their feelings about Chris Pratt. But I can tell you this: his voice acting for Mario fit perfectly. I did not for 1 second feel like I was listening to Chris Pratt. I felt like I was watching Mario. And Luigi was definitely a spot on. Like the voice casting for that was perfect. I will say, Seth Rogen playing DK was something that I had to warm up with as the movie went on, but definitely was something I don't feel like is going to take away from anybody. If anything, if this is your first time seeing Donkey Kong, you're really gonna feel okay with that. But if you grew up like I did with the original Donkey Kong games and Donkey Kong Country and stuff like that, and even the TV show that used to come out back in the day, you're gonna watch this and listen to the voice and be like, it works, but you would like somebody better. But trust me, as the movie goes on, you get used to it. It doesn't bother you, and most importantly, it gets better. Like you start to see it go from Seth Rogen to DK, and the matter of the when he shows up in the movie. Don't want to give too much away about the movie. I would say the only dislikes I didn't like about it, it was a little bit fast paced. I did feel like they got the point A, the point B, the point C very quick throughout the movie. Though the runtime kind of explains exactly why, so I don't really have too much problems with it. I will say that that is probably gonna be a dislike for me and maybe other people who really get into the movie, but then notices that we're not really spending time on maybe this area or maybe that plot. It just goes through the motion and hits the ground running. Outside of that, the only other dislike is that, and it might be a spoiler, it might not be a spoiler. I hope it's not, but if it is, spoiler alert for anybody who might be affected by this information. There's not that much Mario and Luigi in the movie together, I would say. You feel the dynamic and the chemistry between the two, but you don't really get too much of that only at the beginning of the movie and at the end of the movie. So it does kind of leave some desire to see exactly the Super Mario Brothers, keyword brothers movie. You would love to see them more interact more, but really all you get is Mario, Peach, and Toad, and that's kind of like the trio throughout the movie with some sprinkles of Luigi. And how that makes you feel might take you out the movie, or it might be something that's just so eye glaring that you just be like, all right, it's good, but it could have been better. I could say definitely when we talk about ratings of the movie, the action is a 4. I though it's nothing like Marvel Cinematic Universe type action or anything like that, like Mission Impossible type stuff. The action is on point to the video games, and you feel immersed in what's going on, especially towards the last act. Comedy, I'm gonna give it a 3. I'm still trying to figure out how I feel about the comedy. The comedy was funny. I laughed, but it wasn't like I was laughing at every joke. It was certain jokes that land for me very well, but then some jokes was just like, that's funny, but if I was younger, maybe because I'm older, it doesn't really work for me, but definitely if I was younger, that would have worked better. Drama, was there really too much drama? I guess you can put drama. I'll put it at a 2. It's very predictable. You know where the story's going. That's why I said the pacing of it kind of goes from point A to point B without really any build up to it. It's kind of like, we need to do this. All right, let's go do this. You need to do that. Let's go do that. And so I would say drama's maybe like a 2. You do feel some suspense at a certain scene in the movie, but it's you're not really too worried about it. It's very predictable. You know where things go. Um, as it goes to suspense, I give it a 1. There was literally only one scene where you felt like any type of anxiety for a character. And to be honest with you, like I said, because of the predictability, the suspense is not really there. And then we're going to talk about language. There is no foul language in the movie. It's basically a kids' movie made for adults. So I will say that parents and children can enjoy the movie all at the same time without having to worry about anything towards foul language, cursing, or anything like that. If I had to rate this as a family movie, I would give it a thumbs up. And as of my overall ratings for this movie, I rate this between 1 through 5, and I've used and 1 being the least, 5 being the best. And I'm gonna have to put this maybe at a 4. I'll put it at a 4, which means that this movie is rated gold. It's definitely a good time. You can watch it at home. I would definitely rent it if possible. But if you can watch it in the movie theaters, please do so. A gold standard movie in my ratings basically puts it at a B. So a 4, B, and gold. This movie is definitely watchable and something that the whole family can have fun with. I do recommend that you guys, eh, I you can watch the trailers if you want to. I mean, it doesn't really spoil the movie, but I will say this: the trailers do show a lot of scenes that are kind of like the main points of the movie. So if you can go in there without watching too many trailers, go ahead. But if you already seen it already, you know there's a certain points in the movie that definitely make it a 4. Jack Black's performance is one of them, and especially there's a certain musical number that's still stuck in my head. I won't give any spoilers to, but once you listen to it, you're gonna feel the same way. I could definitely say that you'll have a good time watching this movie, and I recommend anybody watching in theaters before you rent it at home. But if you're going to wait till you rent to that home, definitely do so and enjoy the time with the kids. It's definitely a movie I will recommend for the family. All right, well, that's been a movie review with Kazimoto. I'm your man here. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and let me know how you like my review. Let me know if there's anything you would like me to do, any things that you would like me to review. And most importantly, I am open for suggestions. I am new here, so I'm trying my best. So let me know if there's anything I could do to make you, the public, work with me. And outside of that, I am Kazimoto. Peace out.